I just want to say that kids and your own kids, right? Your own kids. Matter of fact, I'm an educator, all kids. But I'm just talking about my kids right now. They will humble you faster than anybody else you know. Because my kids, they will humble me. They literally just told me that I think that I'm better than everybody else. They they told me that I think that I'm better than everybody else. Get this. These are the reasons why. Because I don't buy name brands. Because I shop at discount stores. By the way, side note, I shop at places like Ross and Marshalls, and they call them thrift stores, by the way. So I think I'm better than other people because I don't buy name brands. I shop at discount stores and I save money. These are the reasons why I think I'm better than everybody else. This is what my kids told me. They told me I literally think I'm better than everybody else. And then I said, how? Wouldn't that be the opposite? Wouldn't other people think that they're better than me because maybe they drive a fancier car, or maybe they have the labels that I refuse to buy, or maybe they're shopping and getting the name brand. I'm going to put quotes around name brand food items, because when I go and I shop at the discount markets like Aldi, I will get chips that are not name brand. They are not the usual names that people will buy and people will get. But that's because they're 3 times more than the chips that I buy. And I refuse, especially when these chips, the discount chips, are just as good. Okay, you should try it. Go into Walmart, get you the Walmart brand. Go into Aldi, get you the Aldi brand of different things, not just chips, right? Get you the chips, get you the cereal, whatever else you buy in your regular markets, go to the discount markets, and I can guarantee you that a lot of that stuff tastes the same. Tastes the same. And we don't really buy too much in a box or bag anyway, so we will get chips, sometimes cereal, even though people have stopped eating that. But long story short, and that was a long side note, I don't buy the usual names, especially on food. Of course, not on clothes. Definitely not expensive cars, or the name high fashion cars, or whatever people call them, because literally it's not who I am. It is not who I am. And because of that, my kids say that I think that I'm better. And I say, go a little bit further. Explain how I think that I'm better, because I'm I'm on the low end of the totem pole. Tell me how I think I'm better. They said I'm constantly telling people what to do in terms of their finances. You need to do this, that, and thus. And I I'm besides YouTube, I'm not telling anybody what to do, except for people who may call me for advice here and there. But besides YouTube, I'm not telling people what to do. Besides people who call me and ask me, I might tell them what to do, or I might tell them what I do. I think that that's better. It's not that I'm, even when I go on YouTube, I'm telling people, well, maybe I should. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Tell people what to do. I don't mean it like that, though. I'm telling people what I do. And I'm telling people what I do because it works for me. You know, it works for me, and it works for what I'm doing. It allows me to have a more comfortable life than I would otherwise have. And it allows me to have cushion, meaning an emergency fund in a bank. It allows me to just have the finances to be able to bounce back if an emergency happens. Or it allows me to have the finances, which provides me, myself, with a sense of security. If I had no emergency fund, if I had no investments, if I had nothing in the bank, then I would feel a little bit like I was on shaky ground, because you never know what's going to happen in life. And wouldn't you feel a little bit better if you knew that even if something came up, that you would be able to take care of the situation, at least financially? Emotionally, you may have something to deal with, but at least from a financial standpoint, you would be able to support yourself or help yourself out of that situation. So it's not that I'm telling other people what to do, and I'm not telling other people how to live per se. It is just that I am telling people what I do because it works for me. And if it works for others, then that's awesome. But if it doesn't work for others, that too is awesome. I just want to put it out there because since I have been gung ho on personal finance and since I have started my investment journey, I don't want to leave anybody out because I feel like I was left out. I feel like people did not tell me what to do in order to grow money. Now, I've always been a saver. I have not had any debt. Well, I did have debt, but I was able to pay down that debt. Like I had card loans, I had student loans. I always paid a little bit more than I had to. And because I was a saver and because I paid on my debt diligently, I felt that I was in a good space. But that's all I had. I had a nice savings account. I had debt that I was paying down. I was in a good place with the debt when I did have it. I don't know if there's really any good place with the debt, but I was able to pay more on it than it required each month. With that being stated, I never knew that I could also have investments which would grow over time. I was just looking at this savings account thinking that that was all there was to life. Like, okay, I have a savings. Okay, I'm paying my bills, but what's the next step up? What's the next level? You level up your money by investing it so it can grow. And because nobody ever sat down and said, hey, this is how investing works. This is how you grow your money. And I'm not saying that it wasn't told to me in passing or told to me here or there, or that I may have not encountered it here or there. But what I'm saying is nobody sat down and said, okay, if you take this $1,000 and you invest it in a low cost index fund, it could grow to this over time. If you took this certain amount of money and invested it every month, it can grow to this over time. So when I found that, I thought that I should too share that information because, like I said, I didn't have anybody holding my hand with that. Now, when I go to my family and I say, y'all never said such, thus, this and thus and so, and it's because a lot of my family members state that they did not know. They didn't know. And I don't want others to not know. I don't want others to not know how to take care of themselves in the future. If you're only looking to retire at retirement age, you still should have a bucket of money sitting and wait for you. I don't want to not tell my family so that they too can be living their rich lives, whatever that means for them. And it means different things for different people. What people's ultimate dream life looks like. It looks different. But I can tell you something. It's going to require some money. It's going to require some money. And a way to get you there could be investing. So I never knew about this other side of it, right? I only knew about the savings part. And you get a couple cents in the bank. So I wanted to share that. And It just became a really big hobby for me. It became exciting to invest my money, see my money grow. And the only way that I could invest the maximum amount of money was not to spend the money that came in. So how could I keep most of my money that's coming in? I keep most of my money by not paying for the name brands. I keep most of my money by not spending it down to every single cent. I keep most of my money by not buying a car every 2 to 3 years. And I choose to do it this way, right? Other people can choose to do it the other way. They could choose to spend, but that's not what I'm doing. And I want to give other people an option. Now, I just want to say that I understand that everybody doesn't have the opportunity or the option to save and or invest because bills are through the roof or because other situations, right? I had a stable home environment. God blessed me with that. I had a husband who is a provider, or I have a husband that is a provider. And so that allowed me the opportunity to be able to really, really, really put a lot of my money into investments when I know that other people may not be able to. But because that was my home life, I had the opportunity to do that. Before we moved to our new living space, before we moved to our new home, when we acquired another mortgage, not a second mortgage, another mortgage, or no, this is the only mortgage we have. I was saving 50 to 60% of my income every month. I was investing it, not just saving it, but you have to save some to be able to invest it. So I was investing over 50% of my income every single month because I had the opportunity to be able to do so. How could I keep most of my money? I already told you. I wasn't out here in these streets making it rain. Happy hours. Now I did go to a happy hour or two. I ain't gonna lie. I did go to a happy hour or two getting them appetizers, especially the appetizers, the oysters and the shrimp. You go to them type of appetizers, those type of happy hours, and it be on. And sometimes I walk out there with my girlfriend and I'll be like, how did we spend $150 on happy hour? But that's another story. Like that's another story. We're different that. But I was not in these streets always spending my money crazy. I was not. And so I still don't do that. And this is why my kids are like, well, you're telling other people what to do with their money, so you think that you're better than them. That's really not the case. I think it's because I found something that's really working out. This investment thing is working out. And I wanted to also be able to work out for other people because I'm an educator to my whole core. That is what I do in my life. I'm an educator to my whole core. So if I find out a good piece of information or if I find out something that's working for me, I want it to work for whoever's willing to work it. So I share the information that I have. Right? And I think also it's because I am confident in the fact that I in who I am. That's first and foremost. Confident in who I am. Confident in who God has called me to be. And the confidence shows because I am who I am without these name brands. I am who I am in all my simplicity. And I don't care. I'm confident in who I am without the brands. I'm all the way down to the name brand chips. I'm confident in. And with all of that being stated, if you hear an idea that you are interested in, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try it. If you hear something in one of my videos that works for you, please go ahead and try it. I am encouraging everybody to get right with their money, because when you get right with your money, it trickles down to you getting right in so many other areas of your life. It does. And I'm not saying that money is everything, but it is what drives our society. It is not everything. God is everything. Money's not everything, but it's what drives our society. And you should have some of it. So try an idea that you hear. Try an idea that you've heard in this video, or try ideas that you've heard in the past. I encourage you to. I also encourage you to please like, share, and subscribe. I need my subscribers to go up, y'all. Please subscribe to this video. Like, share, and subscribe.